I'd like to congratulate you boys on the media circus you created out in L.A. I'd like to, but I can't. Since the President of the United States has been all over me like ugly on a moose, now what the hell did you have in mind out there anyway? A reenactment of the Gulf War?
We used as much force as we needed to defend ourselves, sir. Colonel Howard lost one man. DEPCOM Michaels was lucky to escape with his life.
Yeah, you computer cops, you make the civil liberties people real uneasy. So if you ever, and I mean ever, time jump and E-Warn again, your asses are gonna need skin transplants.
You know, Brian Dennehy might be the only person who can make Kristofferson look like a rookie on his first day. G'day guys, Holy Critics signing in. Today, we're plugging into Tom Clancy's NetForce, a cyber thriller straight out of the late 90s, back when the internet was still the Wild West. Set in the not too distant future of 2005, Scott Bakula, Brian Dennehy and Kristofferson lead an FBI task force to stop a rogue tech mogul from taking over the web. And no, I'm not talking about Elon Musk. It's packed with action, intrigue, and that classic Y2K paranoia that makes it a fascinating time capsule. So, is NetForce a hidden gem or another relic of the past? Stick around and let's find out.
They use as a fit model for these things.
Now, come on, Alex, this stuff used to fit.
What are you trying to say, John? Okay, maybe I have put on a few pounds behind the desk. That's good. But I wouldn't exactly consider the light beer you drink a diet.
Incoming federal
Okay, incoming.
Oyez, oyez. Federal Court for the District of Columbia is now in electronic assembly. Judge Susan G. Peters presiding. All those having business before this honorable court, enter your encryption code.
Only those officially logged on may be party to these proceedings. Identify yourselves to the clerk.
Stephen Day, Commander, FBI NetForce. Logging in from Quantico, Virginia.
Alex Michaels, Deputy Commander, FBI NetForce at target location.
Embed in the record that petitioners appeared before me for a time delay electronic search warrant. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope this early call is necessary. The alleged offenses here are drug dealing, enforced prostitution, immigration fraud. This appears to be pretty standard organized crime business. Why NetForce? Your mandate is to police the internet.
We're dealing with Johnny Stampato here, Your Honor. And there's nothing old-fashioned about the Stampato family. In that warehouse is the hub of a very sophisticated high-tech operation, and the computer drives that'll prove our case. He's in there. We want him.
And why the time delay on the warrant?
He's a pretty shrewd operator, Your Honor. His computers auto-download all reports filed by the court. The minute you authorize a warrant, his network will flash it. That's likely to compromise the seizure.
All right. According to the filing, you'll enter the premises to execute the warrant at 6:05 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Good luck.
Okay, we're good to go. Is everyone positioning online?
I believe so.
You better know so, Alex. I don't want any hysterics. Make it clean and quiet. In and out.
Roger that, sir.
See you for debrief 1600 hours. Good luck.
Okay, you heard the man. No hysterics.
All right, gentlemen, we got 6 minutes till the warrant's good. Let's go.
I think you're a little bit early.
Not your worry. We won't take the machines till we're good and legal. Let's move.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Charlie Green in position and standing by.
Charlie Red, ready to go.
Bravo Charlie, Red Green, commence operation. Commence operation.
I got points, sir. Very good, Sergeant. All right, John. After you.
Roof is secure, ready to go over.
Roger that, Charlie Red. What's that GPS report?
Just about... Got it, Raven. Reading thermal change and magnetic activity at warehouse west end.
Affirmative. Maybe our clean room.
Yep, that could be it. Secure warehouse around leader.
Charlie Red, scan for booby traps. Charlie Green, scope the far end.
Confirm 2 fire points at the top of the far stairs.
Another spot.
Yeah, I got him. Hey, can you take him out?
No, not from here. Leader, we're pinned down here on the right. Cannot advance. Repeat, cannot advance.
Cover me. I really should leave, sir. Age before duty, Sergeant.
All right. Coming from leader. Roger, moving out.
It's hard to get stopped.
Yeah,
And Rusty.
I hear you.
I don't see him.
Use the video site, Alex. It's good. It'll work.
Well, let's hear for the old technique of aiming.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Must be our room at the end.
Confirm.
Eagle's Nest, we got Red back.
Let's hitch a ride on this forklift.
So we're not Starsky and Hutch? Well, we used to be.
Where are you going?
Let's go! Well, I'm glad to see one of us is still a decent shot.
Alex, the wall.
Alex, the wall! There's no way in!
There will be. Get ready to bail. Bail!
Well, that got us in.
Hope there's something left.
All right, Jay, we're going in.
All right, boys, by the numbers. Advance and secure.
Affirmative. Copy, Blue Leader. We are moving in now.
Jay, they're deleting already.
Quick, jam it. Raven Charlie Red. Confirm. Negative hostile fire. Confirm. Hostile fire has been suppressed.
Jackpot, we're in. Okay, the decoding program is running. Searching for a match before it can do a data dump. Just hold the room secure, Alex.
It's maybe a little bit late to ask, but what's the processing speed of those chips of yours?
Oh, come on, man. You know, government contract. Okay, here we go! Alex, the door! No! I lost it! Did you read me? We lost it. It's all gone.
Steve's waiting for you. He's not a happy camper.
I just got off the plane. He can wait.
I know he's already gotten a call from Davidson.
News of a screw-up rises rapidly. Is Jay here yet?
Forged duplicate ID number attempt on Quantico Confidential. Source located.
Veteran and bank security computers overloaded. Dispatch protection teams immediately from
That is
Chicago
3
Central.
failed entry to DoD air defense system. Initiating immediate trace on hacker.
Roger that. Trace complete. Security restored.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Don't feel bad. I analyzed that little bit of data we were able to recover. Nothing there. Most of it had been downloaded. Unless, of course, you want Stampato's dinner reservations.
Where's the lowlife?
I've got him in his Las Vegas hotel on his own satellite cameras. Put him there about 2,100 hours last night.
Keep a tight watch on him. He so much as calls a room service, let me know.
Hey. Hey, Jay. I've got INL on cable 23. They're teasing it as their lead story.
Put it on the big screen.
Good evening, I'm Hal Lambert. And at the top of the news, more fallout on that NetForce raid on an alleged mafia operation in Los Angeles. For more on that story, we go live to Meghan Michaels at the White House.
Amid accusations of overkill and brute force by law enforcement, the director of the FBI met with the president in a closed-door meeting held earlier today.
Thank you very much for putting the last nail in. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife.
Ex-wife.
Our behavior in Los Angeles was justified and appropriate. Too many people still think that computer crime is a game played by nerdy youngsters on home computers. But the truth is a great deal different. Today's most cruel and ruthless criminals use the net as the vehicle of choice.
Well said. Even if I did have to give her the words myself. How long did you plan on keeping me waiting?
Sorry, Steve. I was just...
Doesn't look like we're gonna get too big a bounce off of this.
I didn't have a lot of choices out there.
We'll talk about it later. Right now, I got them live in the conference room. You remember how to tap dance, don't you?
Steve. Alex. The President's Chief of Staff is here, at my request. This isn't political interference, but rather an appropriate exercise of executive oversight.
I thought we were all friends here. I don't need an official notice of reprimand.
I'll be the judge of what's needed around here, Commander Day. I'd like to congratulate you boys on the media circus you created out in L.A. I'd like to, but I can't. Since the President of the United States has been all over me like ugly on a moose, now what the hell did you have in mind out there anyway? A reenactment of the Gulf War?
We used as much force as we needed to defend ourselves, sir. Colonel Howard lost one man. DEPCOM Michaels was lucky to escape with his life.
For what? You didn't get his files. That was the whole idea, wasn't it?
We did render the facility inoperable.
He's vulnerable now. We'll finish him off soon, leaving only Long Cheng's operation to worry about.
We'll see. In the meantime, there's word that you were skating on thin ice. You entered before your warrant time?
I'm not sure that's true. But even if it is, does anyone realize that we're out there in the front lines fighting this stuff with one hand tied behind our back?
Take your breath, son. You got all the power the Supreme Court's going to give you. You computer cops, you make the civil liberties people real uneasy. So if you ever, and I mean ever, time jump and E-Warn again, your asses are going to need skin transplants. Other than that, you're a fine bunch of guys and gals. I'm behind you 1,000%. Just as long as you keep my president off of my backside.
Think he's given any thought to cyclone fencing?
That's not funny. We all serve the president's pleasure. Let's just put this one behind us and move forward. And the next time you go in on a bust this size, do me a favor. Don't come back empty-handed. None of us can afford this level of executive scrutiny.
Yes, ma'am.
Good day.
Evening, Hal.
Davidson choose Knight a new one. Not a pretty picture. Knight choose me a new one. Not the woman of my dreams. And now I guess I'm supposed to choose you a new one. But frankly, I'd prefer the linguine alla vongole. No finer wine in the world than a good Tuscan Chianti.
What do you make of this whole new Asian contingency?
You mean Long Cheng?
I thought this was a Sicilian-born brotherhood.
Long Cheng's where he is because of his head for computers. The mob's anything but stupid when it comes to making money. The internet's been a boon to organized crime. I mean, what tool could get them better organized? Sometimes I think the growth of technology's outstripped our sense of morality. I'll take the days when you sent a letter, used a good old-fashioned U.S. postage stamp. Okay, consider your butt officially chewed. How you getting home?
I'll take a taxi.
All right, then, get some rest. We'll get back into this in the morning.
Okay. Steve, thanks for being so supportive. See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow it is.
Bennett.
What do you figure this is?
Looks like utility work. Probably why the streets are so empty.
Get out of here. Screw the light.
Turn around, we gotta go back.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I'm very near the end of my day.
Move it, man!
Lost Hal and Jack. There's 3 of them. Heavy fire.
Straight ahead, faster!
Sorry, there seems to be a roadblock, sir.
Just get me as close to it as you can. Move it!
Steve!
Everyone missed you at the service.
Bagpipes and speeches don't really do it for me. I wanted to be alone. Say a private prayer for Steve's soul. Doesn't make any sense. I don't scare easily. But this scares me. It could have been you, too.
Listen, Johnny, I'm not trying to run your business. The incident at your place, unfortunate. Possibly unavoidable. But if I find out the attack on the FBI, the killing of the NetForce leader, was your idea of vengeance, it'd make me very unhappy.
But I keep telling you and you don't want to listen. I didn't order the hit.
Now, killing Steve Day would not have been in our best interest. The enemy we know is better than the enemy we don't know.
Yeah, right.
Do I detect a tone of insolence?
No disrespect meant, Godfather.
Good. Look, tighten the rein on your business, otherwise it hurts us all.
Whatever you say, Godfather. Whatever you say.
You made the inquiry, Salvatore.
Yes, Don Chang.
And?
And you know he can't be trusted.
Stompano's a fool. A man without honor. Mark this day, Salvatore. Its impact will be felt for a long time.
You want me to take care of him?
Everything in its time. Everything in its time, Salvatore.
I received an odd request, Don Chang. You know who William Stiles is? You see him on the news all the time.
Of course. Who doesn't know the inventor of Janus DOS? Genius, absolute genius.
Maybe, but he's requested a meeting with you at your pleasure.
Well, who am I to deny a genius? Set it up.
I'm speaking for the president, as well as myself. I say that we both deeply regret the loss of a friend and a patriot. Steve Day was as good as they come. I want whoever did this on the rack. No mercy, no delay. So what can you tell me?
Dental confirmed the driver and bodyguard. We had to use DNA analysis to confirm the commander's death. That's all that was left.
Alex was able to record this from Steve's Virgil transmission.
Mayday, mayday. I'm under fire. 2 men down. Relocation Virgil GPS to be disc for recording.
Well, that ain't much to go on.
You can clearly see the one man leaving the other for dead. Except he's alive and should be able to talk.
ID?
Asian, probably Chinese. But that's it. He has no record, no social security number. Which leads us to believe he's an import.
So we're talking Leung Chang, a Gianelli fan.
Yeah, it's funny you should bring him up. He was the topic of my last conversation with Steve and my first thought also.
But that's not what you think now, huh?
This was a very complicated hit, but not the mafia style. Besides, they know that taking out Steve wouldn't bring down the agency. It would only serve to amp up our efforts.
This is bad stuff. Bad stuff, boys and girls. Talking highest priority national security. And we want to nip this one fast before it turns into an epidemic. Which means that the hog is in your sty, son. You damn well better deliver the bacon.
Yes, sir.
I reckon congratulations are in order. Thank you, ma'am.
Not you, Alex.
What's this all about?
The operation to find Steve's killers is officially under NetForce jurisdiction, which, as of now, is under your command. I'm appointing you acting commander.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. They need your leadership, Alex. Congratulations.
We are online and engaged.
Thanks. Check out your bill from that
Come on the floor.
This is not the way I wanted to come to this job. I was
proud to call Steve Day my boss. We all were. And now the director has charged us with bringing his killers to justice. We've got a job to do. A job Steve trained us to do. So let's do him proud. Gridley, Fiorelli, Howard in my office. Okay. Tony and I are going to head over to the hospital and question the suspect when he regains consciousness. Jay, I want you to keep up all the pressure on the Stampato family. Okay. Howard, would you cross-check the forensic report from the scene with Jim Fox's guys on the other side of the bureau?
Aye, aye, sir.
Special Agent Fiorelli. I can't think of anyone with more impeccable credentials or a finer service record to become my successor as Deputy Commander NetForce.
Thank you, Alex.
I think Steve would have wanted it this way.
Congratulations, Tony.
Congratulations.
So I guess this is your office now. You want me to leave my putting green?
And I guess that one's yours.
I don't usually participate in such first meetings, but I've made an exception for a man of your vision, Mr. Stiles. Honored to meet you.
Oh, no. The honor's all mine. Are we able to talk?
Absolutely. Ms. Mo Panza, my consigliere, and Salvatore Gazzo, my underboss.
Hi. Hey. I have no need to carry a weapon.
Please. So what did you want to talk to me about?
Well, I have a proposition for you.
I'm flattered by the mere consideration.
I need access to a certain Washington building for the purpose of reprogramming a device.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be easy to gain this access, and I felt you and your organization might provide the necessary expertise. You see, the new web browser my company recently introduced, the Janus, has some unique characteristics that neither the government nor the consumer know anything about.
And how would my organization benefit?
Well, these characteristics will allow for greater control over the internet and lead to some extraordinary business opportunities for me, as well as you.
Control is good.
Yes. But before I can implement this feature, I have to eliminate a few roadblocks, which is where you and your personnel would come into play. For your cooperation, I would be willing to give you unprecedented access to valuable private information.
I'll take it under advisement.
I would very much like this to work out. How can I show you my sincerity?
Well, there is a little business in Vegas that you could clean up. Do me a favor while I consider your offer. A sign of good faith, of like-mindedness. Thank you for your time, Mr. Stiles.
No, thank you.
Sir, your car is ready, sir.
And who might you be?
Sir, Gunnery Sergeant Talmadge. Colonel Howard has assigned me as your driver, sir.
Well, aside from a few moving violations, I've been quite successful at transporting myself up until now.
Sir, my assignment by the Colonel is pursuant to NetForce Charter Section 44, Paragraph 6, and I quote, "The agency will provide the commander or person acting as commander with fully secured transportation, which will afford physical protection for the safety of said person to and from all official business," end quote, sir. I am that protection, sir.
Well, that's comforting. After you. But, Sergeant, gunning.
Sir.
Lighten up.
Sir, yes, sir.
You know, he can do my freaking laundry and roast my duck, but I don't want him messing with my business. What does he know about my business? Yeah, and whose idea was it to make a Chinese guy a made man? I mean, that's a freaking award-winning idea, right? And I gotta sit there and kiss his mahjong playing ass.
Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Your lunch order's here, boss.
Yeah, it's about time. Listen, I gotta go. My date's here, all right? But this ain't the end. I want satisfaction, you understand? Yeah, you too. Wow. Julie outdid herself. Where's she been hiding you, baby?
I'm new. Just started.
Come on. I'm more than ready. Come here.
You'll need protection.
Johnny's Tapado don't wear gloves.
Well, I have one here.
I said I don't need them.
No. Not anymore.
Next on Geraldo and Kathy Lee, the President of the United States, plus Kathy Lee goes to Hollywood.
Trauma seems to be isolated to the upper chest. Another couple of centimeters, he'd have been DOA. He's very lucky. His conditions listed as good. We've got him mostly on liquids due to the nature of the injury and a light dosage of pain medication.
Is he coherent? Can he talk?
Should be able to. He hasn't said anything to anyone yet. Not even the nurses.
FBI. Can he hear me?
Yeah, I expect so. He appears to have suffered no apparent auditory damage.
I know you can hear me, pal. So why don't we try and make this as painless as possible? We know you're only a soldier in whatever army did this. Help me and I can help you. If you cooperate, I promise that I will personally see that you're afforded the fairest hearing with the possibility of immunity. You son of a bitch! Do you know who you murdered? Do you?
Stop!
I want some
You're
answers here!
You're not gonna get anywhere that way. You can't just go off on the guy. Let me try something. Nin Wei Chang Yin Yuma. Bingo. He's mainland. Nin Wei Sui Gong Zhou.
我的旅行不在讲，我就会回答问题。问题。
Well, I got him to talk.
What'd he say?
He may not know our language, but he knows our laws. He said I refuse to answer any questions without the presence of my attorney.
I want him transferred to a federal maximum security facility. I wouldn't want anything to happen to this delightful excuse for a human being. Thank you, Doctor.
Anytime.
He's sleeping.
Joe, what do you think a babe like that cost, huh? Forget about it, Jimmy. She's out of your price range.
What are you talking about? Well, that's weird. The boss never sleeps after. He's always hungry.
Maybe she wore him out. Why don't we check up on him, huh?
Boss! Hey, boss! Boss!
Boss.
Joey!
Oh, no. Stop the blonde in the fur coat. She's coming down the express elevator. Just grab her!
Thank you, sir.
What's going on?
Stampado's been sent home.
You sure it was a takedown?
Well, it wasn't a heart attack. Try a hooker with a silenced 9mm. At least that's what Scampado's computer traffic says.
Our guys in Vegas pick her up?
No, not yet, but we're on it.
I guess this takes Stampado off the Steve Day murder suspect list.
Not necessarily, but it definitely moves Long Cheng up to first place. I want all the resources that we have on Stampado focused on Cheng, whatever it takes. Can you believe it? A hooker? A takeout hooker means that he must have used the net, correct? We should be able to find this girl.
How?
State of Nevada Sex Workers Act, 2005. All hookers must be cataloged.
Look, I'm gonna get the legal warrants from E-Court. Jay, your group should start browsing the online sex ports.
Yeah, tough assignment.
Let's not forget the virtual brothels. Here, there's this new Lonnie Anderson. It's what I've heard, okay? I'm no client of Chang's VR brothels.
Become one. Tony, put a double up on Chang's smaller enterprises. Not the big stuff, just enough to distract him from our search for the hooker.
Bookmaking, small-time money laundering, airline ticket fraud.
Exactly. John, figure out how to bust whatever Tony comes up with.
You got it.
It leaves us with only one question. What if it's not Cheng?
Hey, you are good. You look just like her.
Well, thank you. They use the TA-1200 Mirage modeling program. The rendering is nearly flawless, don't you think?
Oh, very good.
May I introduce you to my girls? Take all the time you want. But remember, your credit card debits began the moment you entered the room.
I was hoping for someone a little, well, someone more like you.
Well, that is very kind. But at present, my construct is not available in that capacity. How about, say, Drew Barrymore?
Ah, okay.
Upstairs. Third room on your left.
You know, if they ever issue you an upgrade.
Third room on your left.
Okay. Hey, you're not very good.
How would you know? You haven't tried me yet.
I just mean you don't look very much like her.
You know, pal, we charge for watchers.
What the heck are you guys doing? You're screwing up the bus.
Oh, come on, go for it.
Look, I got what I need.
I think she's got undressed to make the case legal.
Oh, you reckon?
No, I reckon he's got what he needs. Jay, use NetForce authority to override now. We can't afford to fool around.
Of course. Sorry.
You want to talk for a while?
Netcom, level 1, alert.
What is that?
Level 1.
No idea. I can't get in. I'm not in control.
What the hell is this?
I don't know, but it's sweeping through the entire system unchecked.
Can't you go to emergency override?
No response. We're gonna have to do a full reboot. Okay, there we are. Firewalls are all intact. I'm checking the back files. No, they seem to be fine. Anything damaged or missing?
No, we're good. We're clear here.
No, whatever it was, it just left no trace.
How widespread?
Well, it looks like it ran pretty free through the system, which means it's in deep.
That takes a world-class hacker.
But that's impossible. My retrovirus would have wiped them out. Unless, you know, they had our manual memorized and factored, which would only take a couple of years.
Run all our emergency utility programs. I want a full diagnostic. We can't afford this level system security breach. I mean, if they can get to us, they can get to anybody.
Look at these losses.
What happened to our connection?
I don't know, Don Chang. You're the expert on that.
I must determine the nature and depth of this disruption. A glitch like this has cost us a lot of money.
Yes, it did.
Could this be NetForce?
They can't legally interfere with our trade.
These are legitimate businesses. Styles. He's offended me. Please inform him. I'm no longer interested in his deal.
But, Godfather...
Just do it.
Our first phase internet control test worked perfectly. I'm now ready to try it on all the satellite net links.
Well, think minimal. Test the old phone line interconnect links first. I don't want too much panic.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Your termite problem is resolved.
Really? Great.
Well, that's replaced by friend Don Chang.
I believe you already have my invoice for the balance.
Yes, I do, and I'll have it paid immediately. There is another matter I'd like you to attend to.
What's that?
Pesky predator in D.C. Listen, why don't you call me when you get there and I'll fill you in on the details.
I'm on my way.
Mario, get back in your chair. Tommy, make him sit down and eat, or you're not getting any of Nana's avignon.
Tony, what's the matter with him? He doesn't eat. Alex, the linguine. A little primavera sauce, very light, no cholesterol.
Ma, quit selling. She won't be happy until you're so full you can't stand up. Like my Uncle Flavio. They had to call the paramedics.
That was not my fault. Well, how do I know he had an allergic reaction to shellfish?
Uncle Flavio still won't come to dinner here.
No, the food is great. And I think Tony's right about you, Mrs. Fiorelli. You are the perfect mama.
Oh, sure, she says. But if I'm so good, how come you two aren't married yet? I must have failed somewhere, right?
Mom, what are you saying?
Mom, give the guy a break.
What? The two sisters are married.
Not yet.
All right, it'll be in September.
Can we change the subject, Mom?
Come on, Alex, you're a man. Explain it to me. I mean, you don't like my Tony?
Ma, can you hear yourself?
I think that your Tony is the most talented, self-assured agent I have on the whole force. She's intimidating.
See?
Probably scares most guys off.
What are you telling me? My daughter's scary?
No, she's not.
What about for Halloween when you dressed up like a pirate?
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah,
Well, sit in your chair, or I'll have your Aunt Tony scare you.
Don't aggravate your sister. What's the matter with him? Oh, give him some dessert. He had enough to eat already. Come on.
Tyler, I love the track. It's a great site. I own all the VR rights. So, was our Chinese godfather amply impressed with our swiftness of deed?
I hate to tell you this, but the Chen thing is off. He doesn't want to deliver on the goods.
What are you talking about?
He won't give us the manpower we need. He seems to think you're responsible for the internet crash, and he doesn't want to do the deal with you.
Are you kidding me? I go and pay to do his dirty work and he reneges? Well, these guys just aren't smart. Lowlives. Why'd you bring me to the Mafia in the first place?
Well, I just figured, you know, if they were good enough for the Kennedys when they wanted to take out Castro, they'd be good enough for us.
Well, they're not. So much for honor amongst thieves. Hey, will you watch what you're doing? Okay, now your horse lost. Sign off! This site draws some real freaks. So, look, how are we gonna pull off this break-in?
Well, you know, I almost lost my Asian guy the other night doing that Steve Day thing. And see, he's been moved over to Maximum at Westover, right? Well, I don't know if I can trust him to keep his mouth shut. So I figure either I gotta take him out, or I gotta bust him out. Now, if I bust him out, I got a whole lot of the friends on the inside got their own axe to grind with the U.S. government.
What, are you out of your mind?
Westover's state of the art. You can't get him out of there. How much you want to bet?
Your mama's a great gal, but does she move that food on commission or what?
Feeding her family is her life.
Hey, Tony. I'm just kidding. What's going on?
Did you have to make that comment at dinner? To my mother?
What comment?
The one about how I scare men. Are you scared?
No, I'm not. But you work for me.
Oh, now we're gonna pull rank.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying that most men don't know how to deal with strong women, and you happen to fall in that category.
And what category do you fall into? Most men.
No. I'm in a group that's crazy about you. I've been wanting to do that all night. Among other things. Don't take this the wrong way, but I gotta admit that your new position kind of turns me on.
I think I could file a sexual harassment suit. Oh, you've got Gunny waiting out there.
Well, as far as he's concerned, this is official business. Plus, we wouldn't want to disappoint your mother, would we? Perfect timing. What's up?
Boss, it's another hijacking.
You sure it's just not a system failure?
Yeah, it's an intentional hyperlink, same as the last time, only this time it's the fiber optic lines. And they're sending us this message, stay tuned. They're flaunting it at us.
All right, look, just get back online immediately.
I have, but we're losing power. I think the grid might be going in. Yeah, we're down. All right, I'm switching to auxiliary. Look, I don't know how stable this connection is. You better get in here. I'll notify Tony.
No, I got her here with me. I was just dropping her off. The lights are off here, too. Look, pull up an outside line, see if broadcast is out. Let's go.
This was only a 30-second interruption, but already we're getting reports of widespread power outages and some dangerous situations across a broad front. The interstate web traffic grid closed down, causing enormous traffic snarls across the northeast corridor from Boston to Washington, D.C.
I can vouch for that.
For more on that story, we go live to Dennis Doty in Baltimore.
Incoming federal transmission. Director Sandra Knight for Commander Michaels on Voice Link 6.
Alex, what is this? We've got wide reports of power outages affecting hospitals and emergency facilities. Is this internet related?
Well, I can't say with certainty, but it appears to be that way. I am and have been in direct contact with the center, which is where we're heading right now. I'll update you as soon as I get there.
This is unacceptable. We're gonna need answers and fast.
Chief of Staff online too?
I've got Davison on the other line. Now I'm sure he's gonna have a few choice selection of rear-end euphemisms for me.
End transmission.
We lost the signal. Gunny, you gotta find a way to get us in there. There's gotta be some way around this.
No, sir. I'm afraid we're stuck.
"43 dead in that air collision. All national banking that used fiber optic lines were interrupted.
The National Red Cross reported loss of data between blood banks. That's serious. Not to mention the instant lottery winners who picked up a bunch of free cash, spewing uncontrollably from ATMs. Let me tell you, the banks are not happy.
Oh, man, let me tell you, ain't nobody happy. Now, this ain't pretty, boys and girls. I'd have had you all over here sooner, except the president's men had my feet up in the stirrups, shining lights up my backside, looking for a damn explanation. Now, I assume that there is an explanation.
So far, we can only theorize. The breakdown was not system-wide. It was a selective probing of net vulnerabilities through fiber optic links only. In other words, it was not accidental. It was, in our opinion, a shot over the bow.
Well, this is some damn business.
All right.
Who's behind it?
Can't say. Not yet. No one we know has the capacity to worm this deep into the system.
Hold it right there. Now, we are too far into the damn slop for you suddenly to develop some self-restraint. Who?
All right, look, I went into Steve Day's open files and got his checklist. You know, motives, access, capacity, concealment. There are 11 items in all. I ran that on a rather large sampling of potentials, and only one name showed up more than once. In fact, the same name showed up at the top of 9 of those 11 lists. Will Stiles.
The president's friend. All the same. All right, so are you...
We will be immediately after this meeting. Full surveillance on Stiles.
I didn't hear that.
Hear what?
Hey, Jackie Chan. I've got a letter for you here.
The net crash, Steve's murder, it's all gonna be connected.
Tony, I want you to get me Steve's files.
You can pull up human resources right here.
No, I need more than that. I want MMPI. Spinay test, EKG, DNA scan, the whole package.
What for?
Maybe Steve can tell us something.
You think you're gonna be able to fabricate a construct?
Right now, we're stumped. And maybe somewhere in the recesses of Steve's digital life, we can find the answers.
Alex, creating a construct from confidential files is so illegal. You could get life. I know you miss him, but you can't raise the dead.
I can damn well try.
By yourself. What's the matter? Can't got your tongue.
What cell you in?
Who wants to know?
Tell me.
Sector B, cell 302.
You friend of Tyler?
Oh, Tyler. Yeah, we served some time.
Hey, you
together.
two, stop the talk.
Here is list of rest of peoples. Tell them we go tomorrow night.
The hell are you talking?
So get away from the fence now.
Officer Command off control. Report to Warden's office at the ship change.
Hi.
Did you forget something?
No.
It's Susie's birthday.
No. Is she okay?
Yeah, sure. My folks are here. She's having a great time with her friends. But she did ask where you were.
Megan, it's been a hellish week. You know that. Could I take her out somewhere tomorrow, maybe?
Sure. Susie! Guess who's on the phone for you? Alex, no card.
Is the cake ready yet?
I'm getting it right now, babe.
Hi, Daddy. Where are you?
Happy birthday, honey. Are you having a great...
Great. We're about to have cake. Nana and Papa got me an Anakin Skywalker doll, you know, from Star Wars 7. Where are you?
I'm at home. I've had a lot of problems at work this week. I'm sorry I couldn't make your party, but your mom said I could take you out tomorrow night for a special night with just Daddy. What do you say?
Yeah, gotta go, Daddy.
Steve?
Alex, I knew you'd show up.
How could you know that? You're a construct.
But one built on real files. And my knowledge bank says you're the only one who could access those. It was just a matter of time.
I'll be damned, it worked. You sound just like Steve. Your image is a bit...
You can improve my resolution by installing this construct on my VR website.
You're very interactive.
I'm built of the stuff of the real Steve Day, so except for emotional content, I have none. What you see is what you used to get.
So no emotions, no soul.
Such things cannot be contained within a program. But my program can compute the following. Why did you construct me?
I need some help, some guidance. I think that I'm sure that the answers are somewhere in Steve's memory banks.
Lincoln Memorial. He was the greatest president this country's ever had. Of saving the nation, he once said, by general law, life and limb must be protected. Yet often a limb must be amputated to save a life. But life is never wisely given to save a limb. My data files are filled with pearls like that.
I'm having a big problem here. Somebody's been hijacking the net big time, and they're not leaving much of a fingerprint.
Have you been able to trace back on anything?
No, but using your criteria to define eligible candidates, one name keeps rising to the top. Will Stiles. Could he be trying to destroy the internet?
Illogical. He derives his power from the web. Besides, I don't think it's actually possible to destroy it.
Then what's going on here, Steve? Do you have any ideas?
Alex, my friend, I think what you're dealing with here is technology that's advanced faster than our ability to police it. Maybe it would be better if somebody destroyed it.
Where are you contacting me from?
Not to worry. We're undisturbed at this end. Who's the mark here, love?
I want you to take out the commander of NetForce.
Who is that these days?
Alex Michaels. Here's his picture.
I could get into that. Payment as usual.
Agreed.
Looks like it's gonna rain tonight. Well, like I was saying, I think this federal plan is much better. More security and excellent pension plan, don't you think? Look up ahead. Woman ran a damn truck off the road.
Yeah, maybe we ought to help out.
What are you talking about? You know we're not supposed to stop for anybody. You work at Westover. You're an exception.
Yeah, I am an exception. Now shut up and pull over.
What are you doing, man? Don't hurt me. Look, I got a 2-year-old.
I said pull over. All right, you're just gonna drive this baby through the gate up there. You're not gonna have any problems. I figure you've seen enough movies to know what'll happen to you if you don't. Right? All right, let's go.
All right, Gunny, take me to the enchanted forest. Gunny, it's okay to look. Just appreciating nature.
Have the gift you requested, sir.
All right, they had it in stock. Great.
Sir, yes, sir.
She's gonna love this, Gunny. Thanks a lot. Let's party.
I got a code blue. Man injured, he needs immediate attention.
Go ahead, proceed. I can track you through their security cameras.
This is crazy.
Just keep thinking about your daughter and how much you want to see her again, right? All set?
Yeah.
Here we go.
How's it going, Washington?
Hey, cool.
Gentlemen? Your friend here, Washington? Don't know that I've had the pleasure.
Oh, man, you don't have to retinal scan me, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Retinal override completed.
Well, Bob, you must be new around here. I didn't recognize you. Dan. Dan Spinkowski.
Good to meet you, Dan.
You boys go right ahead.
straight for 35 meters, turn right into the loading bays, and hold.
All right, just pull over here on the right and don't do anything stupid on me.
Dr. Abram is on call. Nice man. Takes him about 25 minutes to get here this time of night. He just lives down the road in Kingston. I don't think he's gonna be able to save that tooth. How did you say that happened again?
Hey, you! We're in.
God.
Hey, Jay, check out the FedSec security monitoring homepage. Aren't these prison systems supposed to be offline? Look at Westover.
Go ahead. I have all the gates from here on. We own them.
Very nice.
If you like that, watch this.
He's just up, right? I gotta have the whole engine rebuilt. The whole engine rebuilt.
Now, what year is this truck?
It's a 2002. It's practically new.
Oh, you got ripped off.
No, listen. It looked.
What in the hell?
Seacon 1 to Warden's office. All checks are down. Repeat, all checks are down.
General alarm. Sounded general.
Got nothing. We've lost all communication. We're dead.
Manual, then.
What do you got?
Maybe nothing, but it looks like somebody's inside Westover Prison's security.
Hacker?
Could be.
Flag it and run a trace. Put him on code priority. If someone's in there, this could get ugly.
Oh, hey, man, I'm the new guy. You're the dead guy. Baby, don't even think about screaming, all right? Good girl.
This qualifies as quality time.
Game over.
Well, not bad, honey. 4 more dead bodies, you would have made a mass killer. You hungry? Excuse me.
All right, you guys know the drill. Grab your weapons, get in the Humvee. Push it, get in the van, follow me. get the driver out of the car. Haul him out. Come on, grab your gun. Get in the back. All right, let's move.
They found an override tab. Their computers may be back up.
Well, run an override algorithm.
Get that gate open.
I'm trying to get control back. You may have to fight your way out.
No kidding. Got any other late-breaking news? Looks like we got some heavy artillery in this tower straight up ahead.
I'm running a super override program. If that opens the gates, you'll have one chance to get out. We're back on top, Eaglet. Stand by to storm the barricades.
It dropped out for a minute, but it's back showing an external override.
Jay, isn't the guy involved in Steve's murder being held at this facility?
Oh my God, you're right.
Activate SBCP.
You sure? It's a mighty big siren.
If this guy is involved in this, Alex could be in trouble. Get Gunny. Get him secure.
Done. Activate security breach command procedure.
Activated.
We need both those gates open or we won't be able to get through the sally port.
They are sequenced. One must close before the other will open.
Yeah, well, that won't work. Give me the rocket launcher. Take the wheel, honey.
Got it, Bo.
Let's see, the tower or the gate? The tower.
Oh my God. I almost have an override on the second gate sequence.
Sorry, too late.
Guy's insane.
Not bad, eh? Do you know where they're headed?
Tyler has a secure safe house set up. They'll let things cool down for a day or two, then he'll be contacting us on our website. Meanwhile, do what you can to covertly interfere with the manhunt. It'll be formidable.
You're welcome.
I bet I know what it is. It's a 2005, right? I told Mom you'd know what I wanted. Look! It's got the new Janus web browser built right in. How cool is that? Now this is a great educational tool.
Yeah, right. You know, Susie, my work's been really time-consuming lately, and I know we haven't seen each other as much as we would have liked to, but I promise that...
You know, Dad, I really like Tony. How come she wasn't here tonight?
She's working, honey. She's my deputy now. Besides, I wanted this to be just the two of us.
Are you serious about her?
Well, I like her, and I like working with her.
Is that all?
Did she put you up to this? I've been instructed to secure the two of you and get you back to base. Honey, I'm sorry. You heard me. We gotta go.
Well, somebody's got to take care of the bad guys.
You're a good one, Susie Michaels. I got me a good one. Come on. Don't forget this.
I won't.
All right.
I thought you'd like to hear it firsthand from me. They're out. We'll be able to make our move soon now. Very soon.
I'll be the judge of that. You may be a genius, but don't forget, I'm calling the shots.
Leroy Roy Harwood LeBeau, incarcerated in 1998, doing life without the possibility of parole for conspiracy in the bombing of 3 federal buildings. Jerry Plummer, former Grand Wizard of the KKK Louisiana cell, convicted of 15 counts of murder in the bombing of an AME church in Mississippi.
I retinally scanned the guy myself, and the system opened the gate. That's exactly what happened.
Orson Fowler, the most benign of the group, doing life plus 30 for treason. You might remember he was the CIA operative who sold secrets to the Iraqis after the Second Gulf War. A real patriot.
Oh yeah, we know this one. Mark Johansson, leader of a group called the Resurrected Order.
Before my time.
Took their inspiration from a book called The Turner Diaries. The Bible of Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber.
Next.
Oh, there's our old friend. We knew he'd be in there.
The only connection to Steve Day's murder. I can see why they would want him out. Afraid he might talk.
We know he's not into that. Not in English, anyway.
So that makes 8 of them altogether. The only thing that I can see that these monsters have in common, besides nothing to lose, is a blatant disregard for our Constitution.
And a little touch of megalomania.
So what do we know at this point? 2 guys came in through the Sally Port, the Westover internal security system was breached, and we were screened out. Jay, let's start by reconfiguring our access codes. This could all be related to the earlier net invasions. Let's try and trace those links.
Could this Asian have any connection to our mafia boss, Long Chen?
Well, maybe. They're both from mainland China, but why the others? Oh, man, I'm late. John, see if the Westover surveillance cameras picked up anything, okay? And we should amp up the coverage on Mr. Chang.
You heard him. Let's go.
The 2 prison vehicles were found abandoned 6 miles from the prison. We're combing them for prints. We've got an APB out on all 8, armed and extremely dangerous. And a 5-state sweep going, coordinated by state and locals. Maximum screening at Dulles National and all major airports, including trains and buses. We've notified the Coast Guard, and they're patrolling the Chesapeake, Delaware, and Chincoteague Bays.
Sir, my field offices have been running psychological profiles on all of them for friends, next of kin, etc. Anybody they might contact. I've dispatched agents to the prison. I don't think they could have gotten very far.
In other words, you got no leads. Commander?
Well, we have 8 men. All sociopaths. All with links to neo-Nazi and anti-government hatred.
Excuse me, Commander Michaels, I think what we need from you is less who and more how. They completely usurped your computers to...
That's not exactly correct. We had them monitored.
Well, why didn't your people notify anyone?
We tried to. And you know, I'd rather we not start up with this your people stuff. I could just as easily ask you how they even got into place without your special ops groups monitoring them.
Hey, wait a minute.
Besides...
Stop this! Right now.
It's like watching a donkey call a mule an ass. 8 men, 8 very special men, escape from one of our finest maximum security prisons, and then they vanish without a trace. Oh, no, this is going to get us reelected. All right, what do I tell the press?
Well, I'm sure someone's bound to wonder whether this break that needed a computer takeover is connected to the web crashes.
It's too early to tell. If the media tries to make the connection, there is the danger of creating a panic. I'd try to avoid the issue.
would. Oh, thank you, Commander. You know, son, we've been letting you run on a real long leash, and so far, all you've been able to dig up is a bunch of damn cow chips. Now, if I were you, I would mind my own store. I'd try to solve my own problems, because make no mistake, if those bad boys take over the internet, you are going to be in a world of hurt.
After you.
Have you determined how they were able to override prison computer security? Did they use some sort of internet access?
I've said just about all I want to say on the subject for now. Obviously, I'm not going to compromise an ongoing criminal investigation. Any pertinent information will be released at the appropriate time, I promise you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Lowell, has any group claimed responsibility?
Excuse me. You know, just because we're not married anymore doesn't mean you need to end my career. Remember, I still pay support for Susie.
That guy with all of his Southern gentleman crap is the master of evasion. He has a selective hearing disability.
What do you want him to say? We were blindsided and don't have a clue where to look?
Hey, can I quote you on that?
Very cute. This was a slick operation. We're still reeling from it.
You know, we've gotten at least one call to the newsroom from an extremist militia group claiming to have pulled it off.
You're not going to go with it, are you?
Why not?
Because you'd be wrong. The infiltration skills were far beyond anything those groups are capable of.
Thanks for setting me straight on that.
Go to us in less than a minute. Here are your Davidson sound bites.
Thanks. Look, I gotta go over these notes. Although there's not much here. I guess that's why they call me the White House vamp.
No, that's not why.
Hey, Susie had a good time last night.
Not as good as I had. Was she okay with me having to cut it short?
Oh, yeah, she was fine. That's quite a sharp little girl we got there.
Just like her mother.
You gonna be able to pick her up on Friday? I booked an interview with the president. It's gonna be his first public statement on the Dolly Simmons affair. Quite a scoop, eh?
Sure, I don't have anything else to do. Did he do it?
You're on in 3, 2,
Stay tuned.
1.
Thank you, Robin. And yes, it's been a busy day here as various law enforcement agencies met at the White House.
Welcome to Janus Corp Technologies, the world at your fingertips. Janus Corp is a multifaceted and fully integrated manufacturer of both hardware and software. Under the leadership of founder-CEO William Stanhope Stiles, Janus Corp enjoys the #1 position worldwide in market share, gross revenues, and with its new Janus web browser, is truly the computer company of the future. One of the first companies to move east from Silicon Valley, Janus Corp is headquartered in a 265,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility, nestled in the scenic beauty of rural Virginia along the serene Potomac.
So, Senators, my purpose isn't just to dazzle you with the power and the breadth of our new browser, but also to explain how beneficial it is for ordinary people. In fact, I have a proposal to
No
make.
one is questioning what an enormous advance your new navigator is, Will. Your competitors just want the chance to offer their own browsers to the public on an equal basis with you.
But at an added cost, Senator Dandridge. I want to install the new Janus web browser as an integral part of my operating system at no added cost to the consumer. Seems to me that's in the public interest.
We understand, Will, but some of our colleagues are determined to stop you on this one.
Well, I certainly hope you're not one of them. Here's my proposal. I'd like to provide the hardware with the Janus web browser already installed for each and every school in whatever district you choose. Top-of-the-line machines with all the programs to make your kids smarter.
You're good at your game, Will. Very good.
Well, that's because I love it. Excuse me. Yes. Well, tell him I'm busy. I'll get back to him later. Now, I'd like to take us all on a tour of our new virtual reality Martian landscape, including the polar caves they found last year, the ones with the fossils.
So y'all having a party or something?
Yeah, we're having a party.
Say, you know, this fluffy nutter stuff is on sale if you buy a 32-ounce jar.
What's bugging you?
He didn't take my call. What, he's not taking my calls now? What is this? What does he expect us to do here? Where's that damn bus at, anyways?
Hey, man, calm down. Isn't there supposed to be a coachways through here around now?
Oh, yeah, sure enough. The 415 should have been here by now. It's about 20 minutes late. It usually runs a little slow on Wednesdays. Oh, that'd be it right now. All righty. Let's see, your total is $119.50. 19 cents.
It's not the weight, you know. This is very sensitive equipment. It's the care that tires me, not the weight.
Right.
I do not know why he sends me on a bus.
Yeah. I'd like to know why he didn't take my call.
I have a VR address where you two can meet. If he sends me by bus, he certainly is not going to be taking your telephone calls on a regular phone line.
Yeah, certainly not. Mary Jo, meet the genius who helped us mastermind the break.
Yeah. Let's go.
The revolutionary Janus web browser was created by the brilliant software innovator Uday Shankar. Its high-resolution, real-time virtual reality is facilitated by O3 technology, created by Mr. Stiles, who apprenticed under the great Bill Gates at Microsoft.
Pretty impressive guy.
O3 technology was the
I'd date him.
which led
Are you kidding? With his money, I'd date him. What's up?
Just checking in. How'd your meeting at the White House go?
The same. Jim Fox and the regular bureau have jurisdiction over the breakout, with NetForce supplying investigative and surveillance leads.
So what else is new?
You know, the more I try and sort through this thing, the more I think it's beyond the grasp of Chang.
Unless he's managed to burrow into our systems.
Yeah. I've also been considering the possibility of a mole. Would have to be someone who could interpret our stuff, someone who would have superb technical backup.
Well, that would be you, or me, or Jay.
Well, I know it's not me, and it's probably not you.
Thank you very much.
That leaves Jay.
No.
So that puts us right back in the Stiles business.
Why are you fixated on Stiles?
He has the skills. He grasps the big picture. He understands how we work. He knows the net. Need more?
What about motive? What would he have to gain? The man is already richer than God.
Well, maybe he's vying for that position.
You know, there is nothing to eat in this place. Even the gas chamber's more humane than starvation.
Will you shut the hell up? They just got back with the food. I keep missing the score. I just about had it with you, boy.
Gentlemen, meet Uday Shankar. The one I was telling you about how to get you guys out. Well, now he's gonna help get us in. Let's sit up back there.
I don't care who the hell he is. I just want something to eat.
We all hungry, son, but if you don't give it a break, I am going to shut your mouth permanent.
Fluff eating up there. What the hell is this?
Are you sure not what you're doing there?
I got them out, didn't I?
I got them out. Hey, thanks for answering my calls.
You shouldn't have been calling me.
Right, well, what do you hear now? What's the old manhunt doing?
From what I gather, their trail is rather cold, but it's important that you keep your bunch under tight wraps for another couple of days. You did a good job. Now all that's left is this magnificent example of Greco-Roman revival. A veritable fortress. But with Uday's help, an open house. Try not to damage it. Let's get in and get out. So how are your boys holding up?
Going stir crazy. You'd think they'd be used to it.
That's a good one. A bunch of lifers going stir crazy on the outside. Well, tell them to think about how rich they're going to be. With that kind of money, they won't have time to be homesick. What was that?
What are you doing, you...
What was
Put
that?
that thing down!
What was that? Stupid!
He's dead.
I told him to shut up. Right, and he kept talking, so you shot him?
What? Are you all out of your minds?
Whatever you say, Alex. You are the boss now, but I am your deputy. And if the heat is being turned up, I'm here to help absorb some of it. It's changed, hasn't it?
What's changed?
You know, us.
In what way?
In the way that you relate to me now that you're commander. Everything between us is under a microscope, whether we say it or not.
What? Are you saying I don't show you enough respect?
I just want to know if we have a future outside the agency.
We've both been under a lot of pressure. Just need some time to shake out these new positions and just let the dust settle, okay?
Just as long as it doesn't settle on us.
Out these new positions and just let the dust settle, okay?
Just as long as it doesn't settle on us.
Life is too short to live with uncertainty. Stakes are too high. These web crashes, interference cost us what?
North of 9 million, Don Cheng.
Nearly 8 figures for 2 relatively small hiccups on the net. This cannot be allowed to continue.
Agreed.
Can only have been the work of a man of immense hubris. The arrogance of one William Stiles. Set up a meeting with Alex Michaels. We've come to a moment of mutual interest.
But, Don Cheng, a meeting with NetForce would be a bad precedent with lasting implications.
I leave the issues of when and where and of security to you, my consigliere.
My memory scanner says this is the second day you've opened this file. Should I be worried?
I thought constructs were incapable of emotions.
I am. This is not an extension of a human emotion. It's a deductive analysis of an anomaly. What's bothering you?
I'm beginning to see some of the problems you must have gone through. It's frustrating. I'm starting to doubt my own instincts.
Well, I can see you're settling right in with a firm grasp of the obstacles. Why don't we go to my website? Honest Abe. Reminds me that once there were heroes.
I still try to think there's some around.
Damn few. So, how goes your investigation?
It's really not my investigation anymore. Jim Fox thinks that he's running it now.
Jim Fox? I'm sure he's still bent out of shape from when I created NetForce outside his jurisdiction. What kind of trouble is that pompous ass giving you now?
There was a big breakout at the Westover federal facility. Someone got inside their internal security through the internet and was able to open up anything they wanted, at will.
That sounds like a pretty sophisticated hacker.
Could this be about control?
The internet?
Yeah, I mean, you were one of its major architects. Is there any way of controlling this thing?
Not completely. There's no single central point that could be commandeered.
Not anywhere in the government, not with the president or with, I don't know.
No, there were no controls built in. That's why it was so vital to establish our department. NetForce is the keeper at the gate.
Is there anything else you can give me?
Lincoln himself said it often requires more courage to dare to be right than to fear to do wrong. He who has the right needs not to fear.
Steve. What is this?
Although fairly short-lived, this computer breakdown has had massive consequences on a variety of fronts. There have been numerous reports of power outages, interruptions in phone service, and long delays at airports nationwide.
With all Conrail systems now computerized, there was no way of warning either train engineer that they were on a collision course. There have been 7 deaths.
Expressway and surface traffic, gridlocking in virtually every urban area in the country.
Which had shocking impact on the world's financial markets. The sustained outage left trillions of dollars in traders hovering somewhere in cyberspace. Had they vanished in a longer collapse, it would all be lost.
We were pretty much flying blind in there. The patient was on the table, opened up, and the entire operational plan disappeared from our screens. We lost our link to the master surgeon in London.
Well, good morning. Let me ask you a question. Are we in control here, or are we not in control? Because I am getting tired of this. Now, the president has been all over my butt. I've been asked to do everything but squeal like a pig. Now, if you boys can't mind your store, I'm damn well going to bring in a bunch of cans.
Sir, we've been up all night reconfiguring the codes.
Reconfigure my ass. This time they came in through the satellite, so whatever you're doing down there, it ain't working, boy. We have a bunch of unanswered questions here, son. I need some answers. Do you understand? I need them last week. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly, sir.
Fine. Y'all have a nice day.
Was there not even a trace of a cookie on this last one?
Nope, just that website, which seems like a dead end.
So if it is Styles, what is he trying to prove?
Each of the 3 web crashes were through different internet linkings. First one, conventional phone lines. Second one, fiber optic. Third one, satellite.
Maybe they're trying to demonstrate power.
Or test.
What?
Maybe these are tests.
You mean they're testing their abilities to control all these delivery systems?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, with that kind of control, they could literally hold the world hostage. They could destroy international monetary standards and change the entire balance of world power.
I thought that stuff only happened in comic books.
Look, they've already demonstrated a low regard for human life. Now, what size leap would it take to believe that their motives are that grandiose?
I'm gonna start nosing around some high-tech chat rooms. You know, the only notoriety these anonymous hackers get is the bragging rights.
Yeah. Yeah, put it through. I think that's a good idea. Hello. Yeah, that can be arranged. What's this all about? Okay, Friday. Thank you. Just been invited to lunch.
From the tone of your voice, it doesn't seem to be anybody I should be jealous about.
Long Cheng.
You're kidding. He wants to talk?
Over Mushu pork. His lawyer claims that he has some information that he's ready to share.
Yep, we're still on for Saturday morning, but what kind of handicap are we talking about here, Mr. President?
Yeah, I was thinking about something a little bigger than my shoe size. We're very much looking forward to dinner at your house Friday night. It's always a pleasure.
Well, I know how much the First Lady loves classical music, so Bila Tanova, the young Russian cellist, will play for us.
That sounds great, Will.
And if it'll make you happy, I'll play the whole course with my 7-iron.
Well, that won't be necessary. I'll beat you fair and square. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
The President, after signing his prized Fair Employment Act...
I should have killed that son of a bitch when I had the chance.
When do we get out of here?
Friday. I just got off the phone with the boss. Turns out he needs Mary Jo and me to go take care of some other business, so after tomorrow, I'm not gonna see you until D.C., so let's go over the drill one more time.
You gonna go over these again?
Oh, quit your belly aching.
Yeah, we're gonna go over it again, and I'm paying y'all to sit around and
You're
drink
not
beer.
gonna leave
Come
us
on.
here with this maniac. You trying to make me mad?
Boys, you don't have to fall in love with each other. You're only gonna say goodbye in 3 days anyway, all right?
Not soon enough.
You got a job to do. We can't afford to kill each other. Now knock it off.
Knock it off.
Who would think I would have to endure such levels of idiocy? I would look good as this guy. Watch out, ladies.
And all your guards are clean.
They all passed polygraphs.
Well, someone had to have let them in. You can clearly see the gate automatically open.
Somehow they got past our retinal scanners. They gassed that officer and,
Would that have gotten them into the cell block?
No, you're right. Someone opened the gates with them.
Is there any way that the cell doors could be opened remotely by someone off-site, say through a phone link?
When the system was first installed, the manufacturer asked if they could monitor it through phone access to maintain the equipment and the programs from off-site. Of course, we said absolutely not. So it was my understanding that this system stood completely independent.
Which company installed the gear?
PSS, Prison Security Systems.
Thank you for your time, Ward.
Thank you.
Hello.
No, I don't think so. This could be interesting.
Hell there, pretty lady. What can I get for you?
Nothing, thanks.
I know what you mean. I can only take this virtual role-playing so far myself. Hi, I'm Elliot Rosenberg from Cleveland. I'm an 800 support techie with Drug Bowen, you know, the company that created the SCSI interface. Oh, this guy. My web handle? The Crusher. It's pretty impressive, huh? And who do I have the pleasure of?
Well. Uday Shankar.
I find VR so much more satisfying than the old MotoCon. I mean, with the new codec and the mega modems with compression. I mean, it's also lifelike.
That's not the problem. The problem is the whole cyber universe is expanding so fast. Any kid who can hyperlink a GIF is a webmaster nowadays. That's it.
Yes, sure it takes a lot of memory, but you know, what size hard drive do you think I'm packing here?
Are you referring to the web crash last night?
No, I wasn't, but I can. Why?
Because I was thinking, whoever pulled that stunt off must be quite a brilliant hacker.
I wouldn't exactly refer to it as a stunt. It had wide-reaching implications. But I would have to agree with the second part of your observation. Genius.
Pure genius.
I didn't think it was possible with all the safeguards.
It can be done. It all comes down to access.
All they have to do is shut off the usual data stream and replace it with one of their own.
But to do that, wouldn't you have to take over the entire net?
No, just the key parts, but just the routers and the nexus points.
There are tens of thousands of those. No one could take them all over at once.
Think bigger.
Think global.
Think satellites. There's only a few dozen of those.
You mean someone hacked into the satellites?
Oh, they're base stations. All they need is control of the uplinks.
But that's net hardware. Doesn't that require special government access and codes? No mere hacker could do that.
Exactly.
Hey, Marty, Larry. Run a source trace on whoever Tony's currently chatting with in her VR 117 application. Huh. And check satellites as well as landlines. If this is our guy, chances are he could be coming from anywhere. I'm gonna go take a look.
So why would anybody want to do this?
That is a very good question. I'm not completely sure I'm equipped to answer it.
Oh, what's your hunch? Is someone trying to control or destroy the net?
I don't know, but anyone good enough to override that level of system checks is probably good enough to engineer men right out of prison.
Are you referring to the Westover breakout?
I got it.
No, not necessarily. Why?
I'm I'm Deputy Commander Fiorelli of NetForce, and I request that you surrender your identity and location. You're wanted for questioning. If you leave the site, you will be in violation. What do we have?
Don't worry about it. We got him.
Where is it, Marty?
Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. You were right, it was satellite. I've got the coordinates.
Excellent work, gentlemen. I think I found someone. If he's not our man, I'll guarantee you he knows who is.
You're kidding.
Dead serious. And it gets even better. We got a fix on his location, and it's within our targeted area.
What'd he say?
He was way too knowledgeable, describing in detail his concept of how to bring down the web.
Anyone can talk.
That's true, but without me even leading him, he made the association between the web crashes and the prison breakout. Besides, when I told him I was NetForce, he ran, which is a violation in itself.
You feel strongly enough to call in the big guns?
I do.
Why do those two words make me so uncomfortable? All right. Better let Jim Fox know, just in case.
Alpha Bravo Group on point. Alpha Computer on point, on point. TACCOM, engage personal weapons. Lock and load.
Are they in there?
Take a look for yourself. Looks completely deserted.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving. I'd handle this with extreme caution.
And so would I, even without that comment. Lights.
You really think that's the best approach? If they are in there?
Was this the commander of the Stump Auto Raid critiquing my work?
This is the FBI and the NetForce Tactical Unit. We hold a duly issued search warrant for the interior of this structure. We're armed, and we are prepared to use force to execute this warrant. You have 30 seconds to indicate your willingness to comply peacefully.
So who tipped you they were here?
We traced a satellite uplink to this exact location.
That doesn't answer my question.
It was a very suspicious character in a chat room.
So we're all here because of some chat?
You don't know our end of the business. So why don't we just be professionals and go in and check it out? Okay?
Fire the gas.
Look down. Penetrate. Roger, TACCOM. Move in.
Alex, I'm going with him.
Living room clear. Kitchen's clear. Bedroom is clear.
There's nobody in there, Alex. It's clean. Well, thanks for the tip, Commander. The next time you and your DEPCON decide to send us on a wild goose chase, be sure to double-check your leads first, okay?
So where are they, Jim? You've had 2 days. You got any hot leads?
You've got your orders, Michaels. You just mind your own little candy store and you leave me mine. There's nothing else to do here tonight. Send forensics back in the morning. Yeah, write up a report. Boss is gonna want to know about this as soon as possible.
What a jerk. This has to be the place. Our GPSs don't lie.
I'm telling you, Alex. This guy had to be hooked up. He knew way too much.
How long before the gas dissipates?
We're good to go right now.
Let's go check it out.
Thanks, Howard. I needed a bout with simulated asthma.
Oh, Fluffy Nutter. Must be a gourmet. That's good. And good for you.
In here. What does that look like?
Blood.
Let's make sure we get a sample, all right? Makes you kind of wonder why some computer techie from a chat room would uplink from such a remote location and travel all of his equipment portable.
Plus, maybe he's on the run.
There's a thought. I'm starting to feel like the proverbial Undertaker here. I keep showing up after they're gone. Somebody from our shop is still getting the word out as fast as we get it. What do you make of that?
5.56 NATO round. Standard. Where'd you get it?
Over there against the wall. Think that could be the cause of the stain?
Isn't that the same stock that Steve Day's killers used? It's comforting to know how thorough and observant Jim Fox's guys are.
Look, Tony. From now on, we have to check our leads out exhaustively before we go out in the field. I can't just go on intuition again.
You're right. But I think we're onto something.
Uday Shankar. The man who designed Westover's security system is the same man who designed Januscor's new web browser for Will Stiles.
Will Stiles is linked to the Westover breakout?
And probably Steve Day's death.
Is it or is it not true that you're bundling your web browser and the operating system that is installed in virtually every computer in this country?
I suppose so.
You consider this to be in the best interest of fair trade in a free, competitive market?
Well, if you're asking me if this gives Januscor a marketing advantage over our competition, I would have to say unequivocally yes. And isn't that a principle of free enterprise, survival of the fittest?
Back where I come from, we call it force feeding.
Uh-huh.
I have here an internal Januscor document. According to this, you all were very interested in what you call two-way talking or a swinging door. Now, could you explain what that refers to? In fact, it says here, and I quote, "He who controls all information controls the world."
I don't recall this. I suppose I was referring to a free sense of global communication.
That you would control. That's a frightening thought.
You know, I think what the real problem here is, Senator, is that you and I are talking at cross purposes.
Oh, you do?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're talking policy, and I'm trying to describe the real world.
Really?
That's the way I see it. We're moving toward a future defined only by technology and market forces. A new world order based on electrons and information. Personally, I don't see anything frightening about that. And frankly, I resent being treated as if this were a criminal matter.
I don't believe there's been anything said about criminal behavior, Mr. Stiles. You got something on your mind?
Mr. Chairman, I think that we pretty much exhausted this line of questioning, and I think that we should thank Mr. Stiles for his candor, his consideration, and I move to adjourn.
Hey, you sure gave the Commerce Committee a run for their money. Alex Michaels, NetForce commander.
Well, I consider that a compliment, Mr. Michaels.
Don't you find it more than a little coincidental that the Janus web browser designer Uday Shankar also designed the Westover security system?
What are you saying?
What am I saying? 8 felons are out and at large because of someone's manipulation of those programs.
I still don't see the relevance. Now, please excuse me, I've answered enough questions for one day.
With all due respect to a dear friend of our president, I'm not sure what you're up to. But I got a strong hunch you know what happened to my dear friend Steve Day.
Mr. Michaels, I guess I have to remind you that under our form of government, you have no right to harass me with unsubstantiated accusations. Good day.
Yes?
I've been patient so far, but there's a limit to my patience.
I'll handle it soon.
Well, soon is not good enough!
Just relax.
Look, he's getting too close.
I said I will take care of it.
Well, if this is not taken care of immediately, I'm going to give it to someone else.
It's done.
Good.
You're back. What's up? Are we going to go to my website?
Not now, I don't have time. I'm on my way out to dinner with Tony. Steve, do you have any idea what two-way talking might mean?
As it applies to what?
Apparently it showed up in an internal Janus Core memo along with the term swinging door. I guess as it applies to an internet browser.
The only reference I have to anything like that in my memory banks relates to the concept of networking, or sharing information in an open application, or like when you visit a website.
That sounds like pretty standard stuff. Why make such a point of it? It was used in the context of controlling information.
Control is an ambiguous term, but the only real control that I'm aware of is a set of encrypted safeguards which I wrote for the government.
Who would be in control of those?
The president.
Wow, you sure look nice. Wasn't I picking you up at the...
What are you doing here?
I got tired of waiting.
What are you talking about waiting? I got 15 more minutes before I'm officially late.
You gonna leave me standing out here?
No, hang on a second. Wow. What's the occasion? You look,
Oh, what?
Stunning. Stunning would be the adjective. What's the big hurry? You can't wait for me to pick you up.
How about some wine before we leave?
Sure. You want me to cancel the reservations, maybe?
Maybe you should.
Hey, are you aware that the president has some form of encrypted controls over the internet? Tony? Seriously, you want to order in? Yeah?
You haven't left yet.
What? What do you call me from the living room?
What are you talking about? Alex, who's that behind you? Alex! What's happening there? Our commander is down!
Want me to get some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm okay. The adrenaline's still keeping me up.
This isn't good.
Thanks for hanging in here with me.
Of course. He always wants to be so independent, he'll probably have a fit when he wakes up to find all these women huddled around his bed.
Ain't that the truth? I'm sure he'll be very happy to see the both of you.
Well, Susie, for sure.
He adores her.
Well, I can't fault him for being a bad father. That was never the issue.
I'm crazy about her myself.
The feeling's mutual. She's always talking about you.
Alex? Shh. Good morning. How are you feeling?
Where am I?
Don't you remember? Sweetie, there are easier ways to break a date.
What are you guys doing here?
Honey, Daddy's awake.
You stuck me in the neck with a needle. Oh, that's sore.
No, I was on the phone.
No, you were in my living room.
That was a paid assassin made up to look like me.
What was it?
A form of curare poison. She wasn't able to get much in your system, but you got enough in hers.
She's dead.
And, Gunny too.
No.
Daddy? You okay?
Yeah, honey.
Daddy?
Yeah. What day is it?
It's Friday, the day I was supposed to get that big scoop on the president's affair, Dollygate.
I've been out for 2 days.
The cafeteria here has really good tuna fish sandwiches.
Well, Mr. Michaels, you're up. You've had some people pretty worried around here. Paged your doctor. Should be here soon. How are you feeling? Your vital signs look good.
I need you to take this out of my arm. I gotta get out of here.
Not so fast, Mr. Michaels. You've been on our critical list for 48 hours now. This isn't a tanning salon, you know. You don't just buzz in and buzz out of here.
Excuse me, I'm gonna try and get Susie to school, and eventually somebody's got to go back to work here.
But, Mom, I had the same thing I wore yesterday. I can't go in this.
Honey, let's just go. We'll worry about wardrobe later, okay? Go get your backpack. I'll check in on you later, okay? You don't know how relieved we all are. Tony and I had a chance to talk, and I like her. Take good care of her.
Bye, Daddy. I love you. I'll come see you later.
Bye, honey.
Morning. Isn't this great?
Good. Well, it's nice to have you back. How you feeling?
Doc, either you take this out of my arm, or I'll take it out myself.
She was a woman named Selkie Farrell, daughter of a known IRA assassin. Her prints and MO make her the Vegas call girl who did Instant Potto. We searched her hotel room, found nothing but a small dog.
She must have really touched a raw nerve with Styles. Certainly didn't waste any time trying to hang my head next to Steve's on his trophy wall.
Are you serious about making that long chatting meeting?
Aren't you curious as to what he wants to talk to us about?
All right, I'm going with you.
I'll call and head to New York, have them pick you up, and provide escort and backup.
Make sure they feed me a remote. We need to monitor this from here.
Have they caught any of those escapees yet?
No, Fox has got nothing on it.
Well, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only FBI commander who's been unconscious for 2 days.
Netcom car in sight.
I got it.
Netcom is exiting the vehicle. Keep sharp. Restaurant secure.
Okay, John, you're clear. Send him in.
Okay, Alex, you good to go?
Thanks for coming, Mr. Michaels. Might I interest you in some grilled eel, braised shark's fin soup?
I'm strictly a Cantonese man myself. You know, chow mein, egg roll, spare ribs.
Well, live and learn. The cartilage from shark's fin is used as an alternative for terminal cancer patients. Never realized how progressive a woman my mother was.
Have they discovered a medicinal purpose for sweet and sour sauce yet?
I enjoy a good sense of humor. Unfortunately, I do not possess one. Apologize for the misunderstanding, but I believe I know who is responsible for the hit on Johnny, the recent interruptions of internet service.
Who are we talking about?
Will Stiles, Janus Corporation, approached me for my help.
About what?
Indicated he wanted to gain access to an important Washington building. Needed my men to help pull it off.
What building?
It didn't say. I guess it's government. And of course, declined involvement.
Did he indicate what the access was for?
Something to do with his new browser.
Zoom in on that couple there. Yeah, then.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the guy from the Westover breakout?
John, we've got a positive ID. It's the guy from Steve's murder.
Hey, stop! Stop that vehicle! The red West truck! Don't let it out of the secure zone!
Right there!
All the recent web crashes? Stiles is responsible for all of them?
This I cannot confirm, but given his penchant for control, I believe it would be a fair assumption.
Alex, we got a breach. We should abandon and abort. All you people should leave.
Excuse me, there seems to be a problem with security outside. Maybe we should all step out until we can determine what it is.
It won't be necessary.
Suit yourself. Let's go. What do you got?
2 suspects in a red-white pickup truck. Hey, we got a hook in them yet?
He's Beau Allen Tyler, ex-Marine, mercenary, soldier of fortune. Was indicted a few years back on conspiracy charges. The case was thrown out. She is Mary Jo Tripp, also a highly decorated ex-Marine. Was married to Carl Starkweather, the guy who was killed in that ATF siege up in Washington State. No stretch at all to connect them to the Westover bunch, who they busted out.
Hey, report just came in that the body of the escapee named LeBeau was found abandoned under a bridge outside Bluemont, Virginia. Gunshot wound to the chest. I got a request out for his DNA and blood type.
Why do I have a feeling it'll match the sample we lifted from the house at Harper's Ferry?
Chang claims that Stiles had Stampato snuffed, which confirms he's definitely after me. Have they sealed off the district? As per your request, it's being done.
Why?
Chang also said that Stiles approached him with a plan to break into a building in D.C.
For what purpose?
Something to do with his web navigator.
Did Chang say what building?
No, just that it wasn't going to be easy. He was guessing government. Do we have enough to get an E-warrant to enter Stiles' computers?
It's a close call. We've got the Uday Shankar connection, which could tie him to the web crashes and the prison breakout. And then there's the possible Selkie Farrell connection, but that's mainly circumstantial, and your man Chang is in no condition to corroborate.
Let's get going on the warrant. But don't use our lines. Route everything through a third-party server. Use all new encryptions.
Are you sharing everything with us, boss?
Just be careful.
Let me see if I can get a hook in this DC secure zone. See if we can help monitor it. I'll report back.
John? I think maybe it's time to bring Mr. Shankar in for questioning.
Right.
It's an impressive view, all right.
Were you talking to me? I'm all set up. You should come take a look.
You know they got sharpshooters on that roof over there. Probably got crosshairs on your skull right now. So you'll be able to get us in there all right, huh?
Like you were invited dignitaries.
I still don't understand why Styles wants us in there in the first place.
If we can bypass the internet controls held in the Oval Office, we will be able to download the data from the storage of anybody using our Janus web browser.
What's that mean? We're gonna suck out their computer brains?
Mr. Styles says whoever controls the information controls the world. Here, come take a look. The presidential motorcade will leave the White House through the West Gate at precisely 7:15 this evening. He and the First Lady are scheduled to arrive at Mr. Styles' house for dinner at 7:40, where they will dine and be entertained for approximately 2.5 hours. I will send the message of the President's early return at 8:05, and you should arrive at the West Gate at exactly 8:30 on the button. You will proceed to the West Wing doors, which will be your point of entry. There will be a staircase off the hall on the right, which you will take to the second floor. Make a left turn, and the door to the Oval Office will be facing you at the very end of the hallway. From the time you enter, you will have on the short side 9, on the long side 11 minutes to complete your mission and exit the White House grounds. That is the longest period of time I have estimated I can keep the Secret Service jammed. After that, I will not be able to guarantee your invisibility.
My men will be ready. Now it's up to your man.
He knows what to do. We will operate the same way we did in Westover. I will be in control from here.
Look, you may be running this deal, but I'm in control here, boy. Get that right.
I wouldn't be so sure of myself if I were you. And I am nobody's boy.
Whatever.
Got your e-warrant.
Well, you sure made that look easy.
Actually, it wasn't. Judge Peters was her usual skeptical self, but I convinced her that the Uday Shankar connection was compelling enough cause.
Like I said, you're brilliant.
In lieu of affection, compliments will be accepted.
Is the warrant for Janus Corps headquarters?
All of Janus Corps.
Great.
And Styles is entertaining the President and First Lady in his home tonight. Should I call the Secret Service?
Not yet. Let's see what my little search party turns up before we become uninvited guests.
The package is en route. We are good to go.
Alex, I got a unit in place. We're ready to rock and roll, but your Uday character's nowhere to be found.
Tell Jay to keep working on it. Hold down the fort. I'll call you as soon as I got some.
Alex.
What time's the warrant for?
It'll be good by the time you get there.
Audrey, welcome back to Shady Willow. Hey, Lowell. Ted.
Well, I'm starving. I hope you got a pig on a spit in there.
Be a very special evening.
Have your radios intercepting their signals so you can respond affirmatively when you are contacted. I am presently sending the White House false data confirming the President's early return.
Confirming POTUS return. That's affirmative.
Right there.
We have an E-warrant for the search and seizure of any materials digital or analog, printed or recorded, which are in violation of federal law. That which is deemed pertinent, relevant, ad rem to the ongoing investigation, case number NFG 3007090 of one William Stanhope Styles. Thank you. Is this Mr. Styles' only access to the internet?
Hey, Alex. Looks like we got us a clean room over here.
Nice little private playground.
Alex, over here.
What do you got?
What do you make of this? Looks like a DOD satellite surveillance transmission. It's DC. This is Pennsylvania Avenue. There's the White House. Look at the time. Somebody's hacking in right now.
What does that look like?
Looks like a presidential motorcade.
Except the president's supposed to be in Georgetown having dinner at Styles. Let's get a hold of the Secret Service, see if we can confirm the president's movement. This is a remote. They're running this from another location.
Okay, I'll have Jay get a GPS on the signal.
Good. Download the hard drives, everything. We gotta go.
Okay, where to?
Chang said that Styles wanted to get into a Washington building. I think we're talking the White House.
Be gutsy, but why?
Apparently, the president controls some major safeguards over the internet Styles might be interested in overriding.
I never heard anything about that. Where'd you get that information?
Steve Day.
Alex, satellite signal's coming from the Hay Adams Hotel directly across from the White House.
Can we intercept or block it?
I'm running codes, but so far, no.
We should send a detail over to bring it down.
Jay, you carry an E-warrant and go make the arrest.
I'm out of here.
You're sending Jay to make that arrest?
We have bigger fish to fry.
Like what?
Like, how about the Westover gang on their way to infiltrate the White House? We're heading there now.
You think they can pull that off?
They got out of Westover. Any luck in getting through to the Secret Service?
All interagency back channels are down. Secret Service, FBI, DC Police, every one of them.
I want you to go, get into a NetForce vehicle, head over there and inform them exactly of what's going down. Are we carrying that weapon with the video site with us?
Huh? You better believe it.
Tony, I want you to monitor and record all of my transmissions.
Sure, why?
Just stay tuned.
Well, how about that? The Oval Office.
Yeah, ain't it something? Now cover the door.
How long is this gonna take? I don't like it, man. I don't like it.
You don't have to like it. We're on a precise schedule here. It's going like clockwork. We'll be out of here in 7.5 minutes, so just...
Would you all shut up? It'll take the time it takes. Relax and enjoy it. Think of the history that's gone down in this room. Decisions that changed the course of mankind. It all pales next to what we're doing here tonight.
After all, refugee from the 60s this way, and he has that money now. eating there, Mr. President. I want you fat and slow on the course tomorrow. Everybody enjoying these shiitake mushrooms? Is that what they are? They're beautiful.
What are you doing in there? It should not be taking this long.
Come on, man. What's going on? What's taking you so long?
They're gonna find us here. Man, why'd I ever agree to do this?
Because you're out of prison and you're greedy.
All right. You got 2 minutes and you're on your own.
Hey, what's the hurry? You're not going anywhere. Alex Michaels, NetForce, you got shooters in there. Somebody's playing with your monitoring systems. Now, we need to intercede right now. Notify
Slow down. This is the West Gate. I've got a hysterical NetForce commander. Look,
damn, there's that word again.
There's another vehicle with him. Do they have clearance? He's claiming we have shooters on campus.
Run the gate. Alex, are you crazy? These guys are asleep at the wheel. This will get their attention.
Look, I don't even know if this thing will get through the gates.
Howard, it's just you and me. Let's take them with us.
All right.
Hold on! Stop!
They crashed the gate. They're in the zone.
Gentlemen, the party's over. They know you're there. You're on your own. Get out. Get out now.
That's terrific. Dirty little wog's bailing on us. We gotta get out of here.
What do you mean?
You've been playing with us, man. What the hell are you doing there?
I'm executing the plan.
Freeze!
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Stay there.
Don't shoot!
Alex Michaels, NetForce.
Tyler, there's something going on outside. What's the deal in here?
All right, man, get him hot. We're in for it.
Oh, man, what are we gonna do now? How are we gonna get out of here?
We're gonna fight our way out. What do you think we're gonna do?
You all can go. I'm not done yet.
What are you talking about, man? It's over. Let's go. Main stations.
Excuse me. Could you be so kind as to call me a taxi?
Need a lift?
Don't move!
You have the right to remain silent. Give up the right to...
Stay low, there's no cover!
Ready, here we go!
Go. Now.
Great freaking idea, Tyler. Just shut up and fire. Hold your fire!
I turned myself in.
I'll be damned. He speaks English. All right. Walk towards me slowly. Keep your hands up in the air.
We want to run out of here. We're all going out in body bags. That means you too. You got that?
What do you make?
Well, by my count, there's 3 of them in there. Probably negotiate them out.
We don't have time for that. We may be too late already.
They're bluffing.
I don't care, I won't out.
We're soldiers and they're the enemy. The government, remember? We're not giving up.
I am.
7! No, you're not. Are you still in?
5, 4, 3, 2...
Blow him up. Bring up the 203. Now, Alex, are you sure you want to do this? This is the White House. Do it. Light him up. Let me handle this. Alex, you know that's not procedure. My call. Alex, wait here.
Hello, Alex.
Well, if it isn't Honest Abe.
Sorry for all the fireworks. It's the only way I could do this.
Do what, Steve? Bypass the encryptions you yourself wrote to help Stiles?
How do you know about the encryptions?
By talking to your construct. Not going to your website and talking with you directly.
Figured that out, huh?
Yeah. Your construct contradicted you and told me about the presidential safeguards.
That's what Stiles thinks I'm doing here. He engineered those guys out of prison. Had Chang killed and helped stage this elaborate ruse, all believing that with unlimited access to the world's information, he could end up the most powerful man alive. Can't stand the son of a bitch.
So then what is this, Steve? You ally yourself with a man you hate, you stage your own death, you sell out a brilliant career for what?
You're a bright boy, Alex. I'd have thought you'd have figured that out by now. In 3 minutes, there'll be no internet for Will Stiles to control, because there'll be no internet.
Stop it right there, Steve.
Or what? I created it. I'll destroy it. This is bigger than us, Alex. This is for posterity. I thought the internet was our future, that it would bring us closer to each other in a way never before thought possible, but I was wrong. All it did was create endless opportunities for perversion and corruption, serving greed, lust, and all the rest of the 7 deadly sins.
It didn't bother you to kill a few people along the way? Even a dear friend, if you had to?
That, my dear friend, is the price of right.
Stop, Steve. I mean it.
You won't kill me, Alex. It's not in you.
I believed in you. I believed in your cause. But you're wrong, Steve. The end does not justify the means. Okay. Steve Day. He was dead set on making our agency obsolete. Alex. Tony, if you're there, I'm okay. I'm on my way. Were we in time? I hope so.
Stiles thinks I'm doing here. He engineered those guys out of prison and had Cheng killed and helped stage this elaborate ruse. All believing that with unlimited access to the world's information, he could end up the most powerful man alive. I can't stand the son of a bitch.
I better hope somebody gets here pretty damn quick and can tell me what the hell's going on. What do you mean we...
I can't believe it. But now you're telling me Steve Day really is dead.
Yes, sir. This was recorded no more than 20 minutes ago. All 8 of the escapees, plus the 2 involved in the Cheng bombing, are also dead. There was extensive damage to the White House, but it seems that the basic infrastructure of the internet is intact and operating.
How about our people? How'd they make out?
We took some casualties, including Commander Michaels, who was shot.
Is he gonna be okay?
Yeah, he's gonna be just fine.
Alex?
Hey.
I got a warrant for Stiles' arrest.
Yeah, well, he ain't very happy.
I can hear that.
Of course, my daddy used to say, when the rooster is raising hell, he's damn sure been in the hen house.
Mr. Davidson, your daddy was a pretty smart man. We say we go get the rooster.
Billionaire computer mogul William Stiles was taken into custody in connection with the siege on the White House earlier this evening. He denied any wrongdoing and claims when the whole truth comes out, he will be vindicated. The president praised the NetForce division of the FBI for their courage and quick response time and commended NetForce Commander Alex Michaels for his service over and above the call of duty. Commander Michaels was wounded in the incident. He was taken to a local hospital and has been released. This is Megan Michaels for INL News at the White House.
I wish he would have stayed dead. He'd have left us with a much better memory.
Did Davidson have a chance to introduce you to the president, first lady?
No. But I wish he could have seen the expression on Stiles' face when we issued the arrest warrant. He'd have loved it.
One wealthy, unhappy camper, no doubt.
No doubt.
Too bad he's not going to have a chance to spend any of that fortune except on lawyers.
And I'm sure he'll have the best.
I know I do. I gotta tell you, you did a hell of a job. And I know that that it's been tough. But I couldn't handle it without you.
Thanks.
Now I want to do something that will make your mama very happy. Let's get something to eat.
After you, Commander.
Well, that was NetForce. Peak late 90s cyber paranoia wrapped in a made-for-TV thriller. And honestly, it couldn't have been timed better. Released right in the middle of the Y2K hysteria, when people thought computers were either going to enslave us or spontaneously combust. This movie treated the internet like the ultimate battleground. Kinda like how people talk about artificial intelligence today. But does it hold up? Nah, sort of. I liked the movie's ideas more than its execution. The FBI forming a task force to stop a wealthy tech mogul from taking control of the internet is a fascinating concept, especially in a world where billionaires like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are shaping the digital landscape. What could have been a terrifyingly realistic scenario, though, turns out to be someone simply trying to access a web browser. It seemed like the writers didn't fully understand how computers worked, just that they were definitely afraid of them. Performance-wise, Scott Bakula did his best, but at times it felt like he was just phoning it in. Brian Dennehy, though, easily the MVP. He wasn't in the movie as much as I would have liked, but every scene he had carried weight. Meanwhile, Judge Reinhold as the villain? Totally unhinged. He was supposed to be some genius tech overlord, but instead he came off more like an eccentric startup bro who watched Wall Street one too many times. And Kristofferson barely got a chance to shine before they killed him off and then resurrected him again in the final 10 minutes. What a waste. The pacing was another mixed bag. The first half dragged with far too much exposition, but thankfully the second half picked up with more action and better payoffs. The real charm though was the aesthetic. Clunky computer graphics, outdated 90s tech, weird virtual reality programs, and just the way people talked about the internet like it was some mystical force. It's a perfect time capsule of pre-Y2K cyber anxiety. That alone made it worth the watch, if only for the nostalgic value and a couple of good laughs. I'm giving it a passable 2.5 stars. Enjoyable if you love cheesy 90s hacker movies, but for Tom Clancy fans, I can feel your disappointment from here. But hey, don't let me have the final say. What did you think? Was it a fun throwback or just a relic best left in 1999? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to see more deep dives, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for plenty more. Thanks for watching, and this is Holy Critic signing out.